Kevin McCarthy, who's a Republican, has this famous quote where he talks about how the Democratic Party actually looks like America in that it has a diverse group of people who are a part of it, and the Republican Party looks like the most exclusive country club you've ever seen. Having gone to a Christian conservative college, I realized that there was very evidently predominantly one specific type of person that went to these types of schools. Yes, obviously, white people, predominantly male, but also like people that came more from a wealthy background, people who had like some level of affluence, given that the school did not accept any money from the government. So you couldn't go and get like regular student loans in order to go to the school. You had to go and find private loans. And so the vast majority of people who ended up going, maybe not like the vast majority, but a huge chunk of the amount of people that went were people that had families that already had money so that they could pay for the school in order to go to begin with. And it's expensive. It's a private school. It's like a feeder school for right-wing politics and people going into Washington. And on the one hand, you might just say, well, like, yeah, of course, the vast majority of people are going to be from a specific demographic, given the fact that there's these different parameters set up that kind of make it more difficult for people from lower income backgrounds or people from just like different experiences showing up to this school to begin with. On the other hand, you can recognize the fact that if it's more important to not accept money from the government, that also means that it's more important to prioritize people who are financially able to go to the school versus the vast majority of people, even if those people are Republican people who just happen to be low income. They're not able to go to that school because that's not a priority for the school. If it was, then the priority for the school would be focused on financing more people to be able to actually go to it. So bringing this back to what I was talking about earlier, when I went to this Christian conservative college, I realized it did not look like the rest of the world. And I say that, and I recognize that maybe for some people it actually did, because maybe that is what they're used to, like being around white, affluent people is what their world looks like. So maybe it doesn't shock them at all. But like for me, I was like, this is not actually what the world looks like. Like I went to community college right before that and interacted with so many more people with so like many different perspectives and backgrounds. And I don't know, I just lived in the world. I like had friends that were not just like homeschooled Christian people. And I was like, there's hardly anyone here who's a person of color. Like almost everyone that goes to this school is white. For me, I was like, that's something I feel like people need to reflect on, because there's something like this isn't representative of what it looks like to go to the vast majority of college campuses. This isn't what it's like representative to go walk around and exist in the world. And it's really hard to make the argument that a institution is not racist if there's only white people there. You know, like either there's something about this institution, whether that be like Christian conservative schools, Republicanism, whatever, that is filtering out people so that only one specific type of person ends up showing up. Or there's something about the belief system itself that is deeply unappealing to everyone else in society. That people know this isn't really a place that I'm going to feel welcome. This isn't a place that I want to be. And like that is noticeable. Like that was noticeable to me back in like 2015 going to Christian conservative school. And people will be like, no, that's not true, because I know these like 4 people of color who are conservative. But if you stack that against everyone else in society, that is a remarkably small percentage of people. People will be like, oh, but like Candace Owens is black and she's conservative. And then like 92% of black women voted for Kamala. When an incredibly small percentage of people feel comfortable in a space, but the vast majority of people do not for one reason or another, that makes this percentage group the exception, not the rule. I think that some people don't think about this because their circles look predominantly white, or like predominantly white and affluent. So there's not reconciling with a larger, broader existence to even have these conversations to begin with.